Have we just discovered a brand new item class in Titan Quest 2? And did the devs actually hint at another new mastery? My friends, today we've got a lot of leaks and a lot of new info about what we may see in Titan Quest 2 over the coming year. Make sure to subscribe, and let's jump straight into it, because I've got a ton of fresh news about the future of the game. Today's video will be split into two parts because our information comes from two different sources. First, there was a new interview with one of the Titan Quest 2 developers, a full hour-long YouTube conversation about the current state of the game. Second, something very interesting appeared on the official Titan Quest Discord. A graphic shared by a player who found a very unusual essence that might reveal a lot more than the developers intended. Let's start with the loot. One player reported dropping the essence of Archimedes' mirror, an item many of you will remember from Titan Quest 1. The essence itself sounds pretty standard. It grants evasion and damage reflection, so everything seems logical and familiar. But here's where it gets interesting. This essence can be socketed not only into shields, but also into talismans. And that's huge because so far, talismans basically didn't exist in the game at all. Just to clarify, right now, jewelry in Titan Quest 2 means amulets and rings. Talismans are an entirely new subject, so what could they be? The first thought is something similar to artifacts from Titan Quest 1. But personally, I don't think that's the case because those items couldn't be enhanced with essences. I see talismans more as a kind of mage shield, a one-handed defensive item for casters. Imagine a mage with a wand in one hand and a talisman in the other. This is something the genre often uses, and it really feels like it's missing here. And the fact that this essence works for both shields and talismans sounds like a pretty strong hint. So why did this show up now? Most likely because essences are a brand new system, and there are many more coming. It's very possible that some of them accidentally reveal content already being developed but not yet available in early access. Essences may act as a bridge between what we have now and what's coming, especially since we already see mechanics like strengthening summons, which ties directly into the Forge mastery. Let me know what you think in the comments, and now let's move to the second source of information, the developer interview. From the hour-long discussion we learned, among other things, that Titan Quest 2 will be a classic action RPG and won't receive seasonal content like some competing titles. For many players that's disappointing, because seasons usually mean constant updates. Instead, the devs want to focus on a long-term endgame built around grind and continuous character progression. The endgame isn't finished yet. The main campaign has to be completed first, but they promise it will be the main form of late-game content, supported by smaller updates and paid expansions. We also know that the current number of essences and relics is only about 1/3 of what will be available in the full release. That's fantastic news because it means massive room for itemization growth. And here's my little theory. In Titan Quest 1, essences and relics were tightly connected to different mythological regions, Greece, Egypt, and the East. Could it be similar here? If what we have now is basically the Greek set, maybe the remaining 2/3 will belong to other regions. For now it's just speculation, but one thing is certain, there will be a lot more of these items. Another important reveal is that masteries will eventually gain a 5th skill tier. That means more active skills, more passives, and deeper skill trees. Forge already has a solid amount of abilities, but the devs made it clear this is only the beginning. However, the most exciting news is that a brand new mastery is planned, and it's going to be a summoner-type class focused on calling creatures to fight for you. Forge sits somewhere between offense and defense, so in that triangle, there really is a missing summoning archetype. What could this summoner be? Maybe Spirit, since we already have Spirit-type damage and abilities visually fitting that fantasy from Titan Quest 1. Maybe Nature. The devs mentioned long ago that they were considering bringing it back in a much more summon-focused form. Or maybe something completely new, which honestly would also be awesome. On top of that, crafting is still in the UI, currently locked, but the devs say it's not abandoned and will definitely arrive in the future. There's also a good chance we'll eventually see a new third act since the last one dropped quite a while ago, so the next big chunk of content may not be too far away. So my friends, it looks like there's a lot of exciting new content ahead of us, both in Titan Quest 2 and here on the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.